Aloha and thank you for your interest in the flats at Sky Ala Moana East, an affordable component of the Sky Ala Moana project. In this presentation, we will be going over Chapter 5 of the City and County of Honolulu's Department of Planning and Permitting's Buyback and Resale restrictions. Please note, the sales team, developer, and affiliates do not make any representation of any future value. It is recommended that interested buyers should obtain professional advice, such as your representing real estate agent or legal counsel, in order to be properly advised. The information in this presentation is not a substitute for such personalized professional advice, and all buyers should refer to DPP's March 2019 Rules and Regulations on Affordable Housing. Additionally, rules and regulations are subject to change, and items in this presentation may become void. It will be the buyers and buyers' agents' responsibility to remain diligent in staying up to date on all rules and regulations from DPP's Rules on Affordable Housing. Before covering how to determine if and how an affordable housing unit owner must follow the buyback and resale restrictions, we should first cover what is a restriction period. All units in the flats will be provided a designated restriction period. The restriction period indicates how long the unit is subject to an affordable housing agreement and is designated to be sold to a target income group that may be able to purchase the unit as an owner-occupant. The restriction period is intended to create an opportunity for future buyers to have the option to become a homeowner at an adjusted market price. The 84 flats units will have a restriction period starting at 30 years. Every unit in the flats at Sky Ala Moana East will have a designated restriction period, which starts the day of closing. If and when a buyer is ready to sell a unit, they will need to determine what steps they can take based on if they are still within the restriction period. For buyers selling an affordable housing unit within the restriction period, they will have to go through the required steps designated in Chapter 5 of the Affordable Housing Rules. If the buyer has fulfilled and completed its restriction period, then the unit will no longer be deemed an affordable housing unit, and the homeowner may sell their unit at their own desired price with no restrictions. For buyers who wish to resell their unit during the restriction period, there are steps that must be taken. An owner must first inform the city of the request to sell their unit, and then provide the City Department of Budget and Fiscal Services, known as BFS, or a qualified nonprofit housing trust the first right of refusal. If either BFS or the nonprofit housing trust does not purchase the unit, then the owner of the affordable housing may sell or assign the unit to a qualified resident who meets DPP's affordable housing eligibility guidelines and is within the same designated income group as the original owner at the time of the original sale. They must also be approved by DPP. A copy of the deed and final transfer of the sale must be provided to DPP within 90 days after the sale. New purchasers must meet all unit restrictions, including fulfilling the unit's remaining designated affordable period. The buyback provisions will be written in the deed. Owners who do not act in good faith and who have not met or been approved for the previous conditions may be deemed to be in violation of the buyback restrictions. The city reserves the right to recover any monies wrongfully gained and to any other recourse provided by law. For more information on the resale process, please refer to Chapter 5-4 in the city's March 2019 Affordable Housing Rules. Owners who wish to sell their unit will need to follow the maximum pricing requirement from Chapter 5, Section 4A of the Affordable Housing Rules. Owners will need to know the original cost of the affordable housing unit, the cost of any property improvements added by the owner, and the simple interest of the original cost of the unit plus property improvements by the owner at the rate of 1% per year the affordable housing unit has been occupied. With that information, owners can calculate their unit maximum price point. The equation would be as shown, and we will be going over this in the next slide. As an example, an owner in the flats who purchases a unit for $300,000 under a restriction period of 30 years. Let's say they improve the property and spend $20,000. They are now ready to move out after 10 years of living in their affordable housing unit. The owner would first have to calculate their simple interest by adding the original cost of the unit, $300,000, plus the home improvements, $20,000, which would equal to $32,000. Then, they would take the number of years they lived in the property, 10 years, and multiply it by 1%, which would equal to 10%. To then calculate their simple interest, they would take $320,000 and multiply it by 10%, which would give them a simple interest of $32,000. Then to calculate their maximum sales price, they would add $300,000 plus $20,000 plus $32,000, equaling to $352,000. For information on the flats at Sky Ala Moana East, please visit us at our sales gallery located at 1538 Kapiolani Boulevard, Suite 102. You can also visit our website, www.theflatshonolulu.com, for pricing, frequently asked questions, and more. Please be sure to read through the affordable housing packet carefully and let our knowledgeable sales team know if you have any questions. We hope you enjoyed this video and look forward to hearing from you soon.